My name is Cheryl Medeiros. I am the Department Chair of Education and the Vice President for Academic Affairs at Sinte Gleska University. Today we're hosting our 4th annual Health Career Day that is sponsored for elementary, upper elementary, middle school, and high school students from area schools. We're anticipating about 500 students today and 20 plus vendors to show students what career and research options there are for them to address the areas of health disparities among Native American people. This event is sponsored by Sinte Gleska University, the University of South Dakota School of Medicine, Sanford Health Research, and the Great Plains Tribal Chairman's Committee.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, students and teachers and vendors, for being patient with us this morning. We're waiting on American Horse School. They run on Mountain Time, so the kids need to come to school there and then bring the bus on over. So they should be joining us shortly. So thank you for your very respectful patience. My name is Cheryl Medeiros. I'm the Department Chair of Education and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Sinte Gleska University. So on behalf of our president and the university, I want to welcome all of you here. This is our 4th annual Health Career Fair, and it is an opportunity for students to learn about the medical profession and about opportunities in research to help alleviate some of the problems and disparities for Native American people. This is sponsored by Sinte Gleska University, also by Sinte Gleska University, the University of Sioux Falls School of Medicine, Sanford Research, that component I believe is at USD, the Great Plains Tribal Chairman's Health Board. And again, we want to welcome you here. We're going to begin this morning with a prayer. We have a keynote. Then you get to do what is the best part of the day, when you get to walk around and check out all the interactive booths, look at all the good information that's provided for you. We'll be serving lunch at noon or 12:30ish, somewhere in there. Might run a little bit behind. And then the afternoon again will be an opportunity for you to participate in booths. So with that, I want to welcome you all here, and I'll ask David, leader church, if you'll come forward and offer a prayer to get us started in a good way. Thank you.
I'm very honored to be asked to render this prayer. So many times we're taught through the past and to the present, to the future, that we pray for, we chose on it. And it's very relative to what we're doing here today. We chose on it is value-based. It's got a lot to do with the overall health and your balance in life. So just remember that this is very relative to that. Again, I'm very honored for this and to be called on.
A real honor and privilege to introduce our morning speaker, Dr. Sophie Tuhawk. She's going to tell you a little bit about her background and then present her message to you. So again, thank you for your respectful attention.
Good morning. Oh, come on, we'll do it. We'll provide. All right. A little chilly out there this morning, so hopefully everybody's keeping warm. So,
You ready?
I just have a few slides here that I want to kind of go over and talk a little bit this morning about healthcare. But first, so just so you kind of have an idea about who I am. I'm an enrolled member of the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe, so Cheyenne is my home reservation. But actually, I was born in Winter. I went to kindergarten in Rosebud, so I grew up around here too. And I actually come from a family of people who are into healthcare. My mother was a medical technologist. My grandmother was a licensed practical nurse. I have a lot of family members who've been interested in healthcare over the years. I actually graduated though high school in Sioux City, Iowa, as a valedictorian from West High School at the age of 16. Because I knew what I wanted to do with my life. And some people actually know that, and sometimes we don't. So this is a time in your lives where you can start to think about what you might want to do with your life. So this is a great opportunity here today for you to learn a little bit about healthcare and see if it might be something that's right for you. I went to school at the University of South Dakota for my undergraduate degree, and then also for medical school. And I was the first American Indian to graduate from the University of South Dakota School of Medicine in 1987. So some of the things I think that we're going to learn a little bit about today is, first of all, healthcare careers. Why are there more opportunities for you today than there were, say, 10 years ago? One of the things that we can talk a little bit about are what are the types of careers that are related to healthcare. There's a wide variety of things. We typically think of things like nurses and doctors, but there's a lot more careers now that are related to the healthcare field. The other thing that you need to think about, especially at this stage, is what type of schooling do you need in order to go into the healthcare field? And why should I even consider it in the first place? So I'm just wanting to point out to you that no matter who you are, where you come from, you can consider healthcare careers, whether it's a surgeon, whether it's a nurse. We have a lot of male nurses. You don't have to be limited in your thinking as to what type of field you can go into these days. So first, I thought maybe we should define what is healthcare. In the Lakota language, we have a word called Wachosani. So healthcare, Wachosani is how we define healthcare, and it's not just a medical condition. Because I think a lot of times when we think of healthcare, we think, well, it's just a medical condition. There's like a disease, and we get medicine and we treat it. So in our culture, we think Wachosani, our health, is basically a relationship between our physical, our mental, spiritual well-being, and some people will even add economic well-being. See how others made it? If you look in the dictionary, healthcare is basically defined as the field that's concerned with the maintenance or the restoration of health of the body or mind. It's also sometimes defined as the diagnosis, the treatment, and prevention of disease, illness, injury, and other physical or mental impairments in humans. And healthcare jobs, that's something that we're talking about today is careers or jobs. In this country, the number of jobs is increasing. In the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, 8 of the top 20 fastest growing professions are in the healthcare area. So this is a really good opportunity for people to think about it. We've had over 13 million new jobs added in the healthcare industry in the past decade. There's another statistic that shows there's been a 30% increase in the number of jobs between 2004 and 2014, which basically translates to over 4,700,000 new jobs in this country in the healthcare field alone. But one of the things to think about is that, okay, when I get through with high school, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And when you think about that, you have to think about, well, what do I need to get there? So what kind of school do you need in order to be able to work in different healthcare fields? Some careers you only need a high school diploma, and then jobs like nurses' aides, maybe a little bit of additional training. There are other jobs that you have to go to college, and then you have to go, like say, for example, to medical school, and then after medical school you have 3 to 5 more years of training after that. So if you're looking 11 to 15 years after high school before you actually get to start working in that career. So there's a lot of things in between there. So you really need to think about what type of career you want to go into and what do you need to get there.
Thank you very much for those inspiring words. I think each one of you should have been able to hear what kind of opportunities there are for you, what you need to really focus on now as you pursue your elementary, middle school, and secondary careers. I want to welcome our students who just came in from American Horse. Thank you very much for being here. So with that, I want to welcome Sarah Broken Lake. It takes a lot of people to coordinate things between USD and SGU to put this on. Sarah's our always go-to person. She's a local person from here. And so Sarah's going to kind of give you an overview of what's going to take place now. Hi, everybody.
As Cheryl said, I'm Sarah Brokenleg, and I'm an enrolled Rosebud tribal member. I work at USD School of Medicine, and I work with all the Native American students that come to USD that are interested in going into health professions of any kind. So if you're interested in going to USD at all, or if you're interested even in just asking some questions about what it's like to go to college for a health profession, not only are there tons of people here, but I have cards over at the USD School of Medicine table. Make sure you grab some. If you're interested in talking to me, you can email me with any questions or any of that. I'm here for you guys, so please let me know if you have questions or grab me today when I'm wandering around. So now this is the part of the day where you guys get to walk around and talk to all the folks that have taken time out of their day to come and visit with you about different health professions, different types of schooling you can go into, all those sorts of things. When you came in the front door, you got a piece of paper that says Rosebud Health Careers Day. This is a really important thing to hold on to today. What you want to do is as you go to the exhibitors, you'll want to write down what the exhibitor booth name is. You'll want to make sure that you get that exhibitor's initials and write down just a little sentence or two about what you learned at that booth. It's a way for us to know that you're really kind of interacting with folks and learning it, so we know what we're teaching you in the right way and what we can cover a little bit better. When you're done and you've visited between this session and after lunch, we'll have a little more time to visit the booths, so don't feel rushed. Once you've filled this out and you have all of the 20-some exhibitors that are here, you can come over and see me at this table over here, and we'll do raffles for all of the prizes that are on that table, and we also have 2 Kindle Fires that we're going to raffle off at the end of the day too. So this is your golden ticket to those raffle prizes. If for some reason you misplace it, the far back table across from the simulation dummy, there's extra ones there if you misplace it. So with that, I'm going to let you guys very collectively and go and visit all the booths in an orderly fashion. No running like crazy. Take your time. All right. Have fun, guys.
What are you learning today?
Careers.
Do you want to be in health career? Do you want to have a health career someday?
Yes.
You do? What do you want to be?
I know how
You don't know yet? Where do you want to go to school?
high school,
College?
college, Colorado State University.
Where?
Colorado State University.
Nice. Do you want to be in healthcare?
Yeah.
What do you want to be? Nurse? Where do you want to go to school? College?
Hey, so I know you guys all have been learning lots at all the booths this morning. So this is the time for me to hand out some t-shirts and stuff. So I'm gonna ask you guys some questions. You can yell it out, but it'd be even better with all of you if you raise your hands and then I'll point at you and then you can say it, okay? So, okay. If you've been by the USD nursing booth, you might know this question. How many beats per minute does a resting heart beat? Right there. 60? Yep. What? 63? Yep, that's correct. It's between 60 and 100. Here, Tracy. And I'll let him introduce himself more, but Wyatt Pickner has been a student at USD for the last few years. He's going to graduate this spring, and he's been involved in the Native American Scholars Program that I run for the last few years. So he does a lot of different kinds of research. He's taken full advantage of all the opportunities that he has at the university and beyond. The Rise Up program here in this first booth, he partook in that program last summer. So he's done a lot of really neat things with his his time. So I hope you guys will give him a warm welcome and let him tell you a little bit about his experiences.
Good afternoon. So like Sarah said, my name is Wyatt Pickner. I am a enrolled member in the Crow Creek Sioux Tribe, and as she mentioned, I am a senior at the University of South Dakota in Vermilion. I also work with Stanford Research in Sioux Falls and the Center for Health Outcomes and Prevention Research. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about why research is important, specifically in Native communities and populations. And I'm going to be doing this by explaining and defining what research is, the different types of research, and what your role could be in future research projects. So first, I want to start by talking a little bit about what I mean by research. Who has an idea of what research is or what I mean by research? Any ideas of what research is? What's that? DNA is involved in research, yeah. What else do you guys think research is? Chemicals? Studying, yep. Studying things. Those are all correct answers to, or things that are part of research. The technical or actual definition of research is systematic investigation into study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. So that definition is kind of complex and a lot goes into it. So to sum it up a little better, is basically it's a certain process that you can go through to find information about a problem based on evidence or facts. So,
All right, did you guys have a good time today?
Yeah, maybe.
Did you learn a lot?
Yep.
Is anybody going to go into healthcare fields here?
I am.
You are? What do you
Become
do you want to become? A surgeon, right on. Where do you want to go to college?
I want to go to college in an Ivy League school.
Harvard?
Maybe.
Did you have fun today?
Yeah.
Did you learn stuff?
Yeah.
You did? Do you want to go in healthcare field?
Kind of.
What do you think you might want to do?
Oh yeah. If I went into healthcare.
Yeah.
My
Doctor, dentist, nurse, doctor? Where do you want to go to college at?
North Carolina.
Do you want to go into healthcare? What do you want to be?
Doctor.
Huh?
Doctor.
Awesome. These guys look shy.
Megan, tell him what you want to be for. Kayla, tell him
Did you have fun today?
Yeah.
Did you learn stuff?
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
what matter.
Lots of stuff.
Thanks so much for coming this